I don't know about you, but this is my first time seeing a round baler on tracks.
I'll put his contact info. So I'm headed out to finish my hay baling, and today I want to talk a little bit about the baler and the company that makes the baler. The name of the company is Takita, and I've been looking at this product specifically, but also some of their other products, and thinking this might be kind of the KUBOTA of baling equipment. And that's not just because it's a Japanese company with Japanese engineering and manufacturing, but just what I'm seeing in terms of innovation and build quality, it all seems top notch. What I want to do right now is get the work done before I do all the talking. So let's bale some hay, and then I'm going to open this thing up, show you how it's built inside, and we're going to look on the website at some of their other products and just check it all out. In the meantime, if you're interested in any of this baling equipment that can run on your mid-size or even compact tractors, be sure to check out Phil at Small Farm Innovations. He is the US dealer for the Takakita brand. So I'll put all that contact information in the video description. Okay, so it's been quite a process getting this dry, but my last day without rain is tomorrow, and this has been cutting on the ground for quite a while. So here are what my windrows look like. This one's actually would be a double windrow. That stuff's pretty dry, and I'll be baling around the field in this direction. All right, this will be our first actual bales of 2025. This baler did about 500 last year. Hopefully we have just as much success this year, because last year in that 500 bales, I had no issues. All I had to do was basic, maintenance, grease and oil. Okay, so it beeped and says full, and then the wrap ran. I don't know if it ran enough. I wasn't looking. Let's go back and look and see if it ran. This is not something that I'm normally checking, but it's the first bale, and I want to see if it wrapped. We don't have any wrap on there. So this happened the first time last year. So our net wrap wrapped around this roller here instead of wrapping around the hay. And that sometimes happens because I can just roll this back like this and unwrap that. Essentially, the problem is when this happens, it means that the tail, the end of the net wrap wasn't poked up in there far enough. And whenever I opened the baler up, I didn't really check that. Okay, this is supposed to feed straight down through here. So the 3 times I've baled hay with this baler, 2 of those times the first bale didn't wrap, just like what we just saw. And the trick is to open up the chute and then make sure your netting's pulled down. But I think I've got it through there right. If I remember, it goes over this bar, under that one, then in between these 2 rollers right here. And then we can see it kind of poking down through right there. I can see it. Now, the other times I had trouble with the first bale not wrapping, I ejected the loose hay and then fed it through. I'm going to try to see if I can save that bale, and that might be wasting my time. I don't know. So when it doesn't work, the roll will only spin for a few seconds. If it spins very long, you pretty much know it's working. So I'm going to teach my grandson, who is 8 years old, how to run this baler. The first thing, turn the throttle up until we get to this yellow mark right here. Watch the needle go up to that mark. Pull it towards you. See that needle? Oh, too far. All right, now, see this, buddy? That light right there says proceed. That means we're ready to go. And we drive until it beeps, okay? And we gotta drive right over top of where the hay is at. Let me steer right now. Okay, beeped, and see the netting run? That's wrapping. Now if the net is done wrapping, it says full complete. See that button says open? You'll hold the open button down until it's all the way up. Push it and just hold it. All the way. Okay. Now, hold the close. Now we watch and the light says proceed. Now we can drive again. You did it. So we got 18 bales off of the first field. Then I baled the field up on top of the hill that I didn't record anything up there. And I got another 20 bales up there. Then I baled field number 3. That only is 6 bales. It's a tiny little field. We still have the big field over there. And then this is the biggest field. I'd say this is about 10 acres. So I'm gonna get to it.
So I just realized I actually didn't record that much of the baling this year. And to me, showing bale after bale after bale being made is kind of repetitive for the video. But if you do like that kind of footage, I've got 6 other videos using this baler. And in those, I've got really up close footage of the pickup, and I've got drone shots. And if you want to watch those, I'll include links to some of those videos at the end of this video.
So if you start talking about Chinese-made heavy equipment, you're immediately going to get pushback. Like, oh, it's probably all junk. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We can all have our own opinions on that. But if you start talking about Japanese-made tractors and heavy equipment, you get a very different reaction. Some of the most popular, most reputable, and most dependable equipment on the market is Japanese-engineered, Japanese manufactured. You're looking at Hitachi, which made all of the John Deere heavy equipment for quite a while, at least their mini excavators. All the John Deere stuff was really Hitachi. Then you've got Yanmar, which is a great name, not only in all of the equipment they make, but people put Yanmar engines in all kinds of other tractors like the John Deere. And then you've got KUBOTA. And KUBOTA is known for just making really high quality, dependable equipment. And Takita is Japanese. And I'm wondering if maybe this is the next player in the baling equipment industry, because this seems to be very well made. So I've done all my baling. I've now ran it for 3 full cycles. I bale about 30 acres each time. And so far, so good. I've been really happy with it. It's got kind of a unique design here that instead of a 3-point hitch, it's a 2-point hitch, but it swivels this way and this way. So it follows really well. Got a drop-down kickstand here. The basic design of this is very, very similar to like the bigger New Holland balers I've looked at. It's got a cable here that runs up to the control box that I've already shown you. The net wrap comes off right here. And sounds crazy, but I ran out of net wrap on literally the last bale. There's one right there that's not wrapped that would have finished up the field, and I was watching it right down to the end. So I've got to change out another roll. It's real easy to do. You just pop this and pull it out. You got your pickup tines here. All of this is got kind of a float feature built into it. It's got really heavy gauge chains all the way around. Like, I think if you compare this to one of the little miniature round balers, you're gonna see a big increase in build quality. I'm done with it for this baling season. So now I've washed it off and I need to spray the chain with some lube and obviously hit all the grease zerks, all that sort of thing. Once again, everything about the way this is designed seemed very similar to the full-size balers I've looked at. Just seems like good quality to me. I compared this to KUBOTA because when they came onto the market, they kind of filled a niche that no one else was filling. You had your ag tractors, and then you had your little garden tractors, basically. And it was like there wasn't much in between. This was around the time I was born, so I wasn't buying tractors at this time. I've just went back and done market research and talked to people about why KUBOTA took such a strong foothold. And one of those reasons is they built out the dealer network, but the biggest thing at the time when KUBOTA hit the market was they were making the types of machines that no one else was making. They were really the first company to popularize the 360 spin mini excavator like we see them today. Everything before that was your tractor loader backhoe that was awesome for what it was made to do, but it didn't have the versatility of a skid steer and a mini excavator like what everyone uses now. So now I want to show you some of this other really unique equipment that Takita has on their website. And if you're interested in a baler like this, make sure to reach out to Phil at Small Farm Innovations. I'll put his contact info. That looked like it was right there. The flash of light made it look like it was in our field. So if you're interested in any of this smaller baling equipment, get with Phil from Small Farm Innovations. He's got all the Takakita equipment. He does have the miniature round balers, and then he's got 4x5s from brands like Mashio, and got a really nice variety if you're wanting to bale hay, but you don't have 1,000 acres and a 100 horsepower tractor and all that. In the meantime, check out some of this interesting baling equipment.
So when you look at the baler I'm using, there's nothing really crazy about it. It's just a little bit smaller version of the balers you're used to. A lot of farmers are making 4-foot by 5-foot round bales or 6x6 round bales, and this makes a 3-foot by 3-foot round bale that weighs about 350 pounds and is really easy to move around, especially if you're selling hay bales to someone who maybe doesn't own a tractor. But when you go to the Takakita website, you will see all kinds of crazy equipment that I never would have pictured. Some of those are self-propelled ride-on units that bale hay. And I've seen those at antique farm shows where they had the same thing back in the 1950s, but they switched to pulling a baler behind a tractor. Well, Takakita makes a version of that now. And then they've also got crazy equipment like what you see here. That one was cutting corn and baling the stalks. And I'm not exactly sure what this machine is, but the machine running behind it, that little smaller one, is a bale wrapper. And it's wrapping that round bale as it drives. And if you watch just a little bit longer, you'll see that it can unload it and it actually flips it on end. They've also got bale accumulators and just all kinds of unique equipment that I've never seen before. And I don't know if that's practical for anybody who's watching this video, but I found it interesting, so I thought maybe you would find it interesting. So, if you're bored, check out the Takakita website.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.